Last week, Comrade Joe Ajero, the NLC president, informed the populace that there will be a strike, one-day strike, protest if you like, not necessarily a strike, to record their grievances over increments, particularly the increment that was recently approved, 50% on data, that people are already feeling. The inflationary rate in Nigeria has become a big issue. As at December, the last we had was 36.8% on the base. And that's quite high from where we are coming from. It had continued to rise. Whatever anybody wants to do to bring down inflation, you don't have to increase things that are basic, things that people depend on. Consumer price index is affected by all those things. So when the federal government approved 50% rate for increment in data and the call rates by telecom companies, Nigerian Labour Congress did not like it. Of course, no Nigerian liked it because everything will go up. It will affect every other thing. And they said there will be a strike. They proposed a strike on Tuesday. Tuesday supposed to be the fourth day of January 2020, February 2025. And before we know it, the strike is called off. Broad Street went to town to unravel the real reason why this strike cannot hold. And we came out with what government have done to stop the strike. That's what we are giving to you. It's already news. It's no longer anything that you don't know, that the strike will not hold, did not hold actually. It would have held today. Now, government called labor and they had a round table, if you like, a talk together to iron out how to solve this problem. How do we solve it? And they came out with 3-point agenda. I want you to listen attentively so that you be educated. This is the trendy news of Broad Street Radio, and we give you this news whenever it's necessary. The first thing is that there will be a need for parties to sit together in a technical group to resolve most of the thorny areas raised during the discussion. That was the memorandum of understanding. They said, instead of going on strike, can we sit down on the table and resolve this matter? That was the first memorandum of understanding, the first item. The second term is that there will be 10-man committee to look into this matter. And this 10-man committee will produce 5 of each side. That's to say, government will bring 5 people, labor will bring 5 people to sit down over it and then decide on the way forward. That's a very good one because there is need for dialogue. Politics hardly will survive without dialogue, and we give kudos for that idea. The third one says the committee should conclude and submit its deliberation within 2 weeks from the 3rd day of February. I think that's another commendable one. They didn't leave the whole thing open-ended, that they should sit down and come back at another time. But they gave us a date, so we are watching. But how I wish that government will say, status quo ante, stay where you are. Let nobody increase this thing till we have decided. Otherwise, people are already suffering. People are already taking it in. Some smart telecom companies have already started dishing out the new rates while it's being argued. So government, the next thing you must do is to tell the telecom companies to wait while the matter is being decided. And that will solve the problem for all. Now, this whole meeting was a memorandum signed, the whole thing we are discussing. I will request that you see on our page. We are publishing it so that you can follow whatever that they discussed. On the part of labor, labor said they are standing in for the poor masses. If they don't stand up for us, we all get choked by these government policies. Is labor right to initiate a strike or a protest? I want you to join this discussion because we are going to release a communique after this. Is labor right to call the strike? Is government right also to stop labor from going so by proposing a meeting? Who should we follow in this matter? Thank you for your contributions.